Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tilray. I've talked about them a couple times here on the channel. Tilray, ticker TLRY. Here's a look at the last year. Could have got into it $4 to $5, $6 range. Looks like it had a nice run up here on February 10th, like a lot of them did, to $63.91. And just kind of came down since then, currently at $13.59. I have 16 shares here. These were a free up, and they did their merger, and so now I have these shares of Tilray. So don't know what my cost basis was or how that worked out, but it's in the past, and can't look it up here on Robinhood, so but that's the shares that I currently have. If you don't know what Tilray is, feel free to pause and go over this. But it's basically a MJ company. Looks like they also contain CBD. And so here on the channel, talk a lot about different MJ plays. So this is founded in 2018. 20 million average shares being traded, and $8.40 billion market cap. And here's a look at the ratings. 57% hold, so not the greatest of ratings. And the next earnings are coming up, available July 28th in the pre-market. Tilray calling on shareholders to support dilution. Proxy advisory firm joins the plea ahead of upcoming shareholders meeting. And so 1 second here. So Canadian MJ giant Tilray confirmed Wednesday that another independent proxy advisory firm is recommending that shareholders back all the company's proposals at the special meeting scheduled on July 29th. This time the proxy advisory services company Glass Lewis also advised shareholders to vote in favor of the company's dilution as well as other proposals. Tilray, based in New York and Leamington, Ontario, previously released a proxy statement with an open letter from CEO, in which called on shareholders to support proposals to be discussed up at the upcoming annual shareholders meeting. We are pleased to see the two major independent proxy advisor firms both agree that shareholders should support all of the proposals on the agenda for the upcoming special meeting of shareholders. And so Tilray's been a very popular one. I just did a video about Sundial. I also did Hexo and Organigram today. So those are all the popular MJ stocks. You'll want to check out those as well. Reasonable proposal in relation to proposal. Given the relatively limited amounts of shares available to the company, we believe that it may be prudent for the company to have additional common shares available for issuance. And so always a lot of talk about Tilray. I kind of stayed away from them for the longest time just because it was such a volatile stock and always running up, and just kind of stayed away from them. It's kind of like Tesla is at times. But understanding Tilray's unusual options activity, and you can find this on Benzinga, or Bazinga as Sheldon would call it. Tilray shares experienced unusual options activity on Friday. The stock price moved down to $13.58 following the option alert, showing a bearish trade and showing a call with the expiration date of 1/20 of 23, the strike price of $17. So if you're doing any options on this one, go ahead and list it in the comments. And if you have any other information in regards to doing an option on this one, that would be interesting to know as well. Bullish and bearish sentiments. Options are bullish when a call is purchased at a near S price, or a put sold at a near bid price. Options are bearish when a call is sold at the bid price, or a put is bought at the near ask price. And moving on here, hedge funds are crazy about Tilray, so that's a good thing. Maybe that'll drive the price up. Most investors tend to think that hedge funds and other asset managers are worthless, as they cannot beat even simple index fund portfolios. In fact, most people expect hedge funds to compete with and outperform the bull market that we have witnessed in recent years. However, hedge funds are generally partially hedged and aim at delivering attractive risk-adjusted returns rather than following the ups and downs of equity markets, hoping that they will outperform the broader market. Tilray was in 21 hedge funds portfolios at the end of March. All-time high for the statistic was previously 17. This means the bullish number of hedge funds positions in the stock currently sits in an all-time high. Tilray shareholders have witnessed an increase in activity from the world's largest hedge funds recently. There were 17 hedge funds in our database with Tilray holdings at the end of December. Our calculations also showed that Tilray isn't among the 30 most popular stocks among hedge funds. Hedge funds' reputation as shrewd investors have been tarnished in the last decade as their hedge returns couldn't keep up with the unhedged returns of the market indices. So very interesting information, and I'll see what the hedge funds do to the stock price on this one. So, but yet MJ's all been kind of just trading kind of sideways for a while, and no runs on it here as of lately, so we'll have to wait and see. Tilray is yet to attract institutional investors. It is no secret that the MJ boom was one of the greatest market stories of the 2010s. Tilray rode the MJ wave, becoming one of the major players in the sector and developing into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yet for some reason, the interest from institutional investors remains surprisingly low. Institutions are often own shares in more established companies, while it is not unusual to see insiders own a fair bit of a smaller companies. After a parabolic move in Q1, the stock went through much tamer Q2, oscillating between $13 and $21, while still a significant range. It pales in comparison to the yearly high of $64. The average 5-year monthly beta is at 262, showing that the stock's moves on average many times more than the overall market. Unsurprisingly, some investors don't want to deal with that volatility. Meanwhile, the main catalyst to propel the stock forward remains the elusive U.S. federal legalization. However, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer admitted that he doesn't have the necessary support to pass the MJ legislation yet. So it looks like the Senate was under a 50-50 split between Democrats and Republicans. He needs at least 60 votes to get the pass. And so we'll see if that happens and when that will happen. So sometimes they say 6 months, sometimes they say it could take 2 years. So we'll just have to wait and see. Tilray calling on shareholders to support dilution. Proxy advisory firm joins the plea ahead of upcoming shareholder meetings. This is just dated here on the 22nd. Confirmed Wednesday that another independent proxy advisory firm is recommending that the shareholders back all the company's proposals. At the special meeting scheduled for July 29, this time the proxy advisory service company Glass Lewis also advised shareholders to vote in favor of the company's dilution as well as other proposals. And so Tilray, based in New York and Leamington, Ontario, previously released a proxy statement with an open letter in which called on shareholders to support proposals. And feel free to pause and go over the rest here. So I'm just going to slowly scroll through. Here's a reasonable proposal. And moving on. Tilray to deport or to report Q4. I can't talk tonight. Q4 earnings. What is in the cards? And this is just dated here today. Tilray will release financial results for the fourth quarter and fiscal 2021 ended May 31, 2021, before market open on July 28. Why a likely positive surprise? Our proven model predicts an earnings beat for Tilray this season. Combination of the positive earnings, ESP and Zacks have a strong buy. Increase the odds of the earnings beat. You can uncover the best stocks to buy and sell before they're reported with our earnings ESP filter. And this kind of goes over some factors at play. In May 2021, the company completed its previously announced business combination with Aphria. Each Aphria shareholder received 0.8381 of Tilray. And just as they showed you in the beginning, share for each Aphria common share held on April 30th of 2021. The combined company is now one of the leading MJ-focused consumer packaged goods companies with the largest global geographic footprint in the industry. In June 2021, Tilray announced the launch of a new medical MJ brand, Symbiose. Tilray also announced the new high-potency medical MJ topicals under the Aphria brand, designed to target inflammatory joint disease by regulating tissue inflammation when applied topically to the skin. And here's a look at Reddit, see if there's any information here. Doesn't look like it. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $13.59. Who's here to see $50 or hold for triple digits? I vote yes, but don't really care. Who say you? Not really too much other information in here. Over to tip ranks. Currently showing a moderate buy and a 52% upside to $20.69, high of 25, low of 16. So not too bad ratings for Tilray. But if you have any shares of Tilray, go ahead and leave that in the comments, along with your cost basis, any other information that you might have on Tilray that we can share. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.